Welcome to our second last lecture session in the training of poultry value chain. This is lecture 9, and I'm going to cover personal SWOT analysis. Yes, each one of us and every organization has some internal positive aspects which help achieve whatever task or objective they want to achieve. These are called strengths. We are in control of our strengths. We can manipulate them. But again, each one of us and every organization has some internal negative aspects that may hinder the achievement of set tasks or goals. They are called weaknesses. We are in control of our weaknesses. We can manipulate them. So yes, we have strengths and weaknesses. Very subjective, depending on us. Now, whenever we want to do a task or achieve a goal, there are some external positive chances out there which we can grab for our benefits or to our advantage. They are called opportunities. We are not in control of the opportunities. We cannot manipulate them, but we should spot them and take their advantage. And finally, whenever we plan to do something, there are some external obstacles or negative conditions out there that make it difficult for us to achieve our goals. They are called threats. Again, we're not in control of the threats. We can only cope with them. So, take the first letters of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats, and you get the abbreviation SWOT. Yes, SWOT. SWOT means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The first, S and W, are internal. We control them. The O and the T are external, very objective, beyond our control. But we must either take advantage of the opportunities or cope with the threats. There is no way you are going to turn opportunities into strengths because they are not yours. There's no way you are going to call threats weaknesses again because they are out there. So, a SWOT analysis is a technique to assess these 4 elements to be used to make the most of what you've got to your best advantage. Now, when we talk of the word analysis, analyzing, dissecting them, to see how best to use them. It is not just listing the elements. So, let's now look at what we mean by SWOT analysis. Yes. You can see this is a 3x3 matrix. Look at this cell. It is showing internal conditions going the top horizontal row. The top horizontal row is the internal conditions, and the bottom, external conditions are now the vertical, the first column. So let's look at the strengths. The strengths are what you are good at, what you have access to. Those are your advantages. For example, we're talking about poultry farming. What are you good at in matters poultry farming? What have you access to? What are your advantages? And the weaknesses, what you are poor at, weak at, what you don't access, what are your disadvantages? Those are weaknesses. And let's now go to look at, as I said, those are internal to you. Let's go now to external opportunities. Opportunities are chances out there that you can grab in matters, in this case, poultry farming. And that the threats are the difficulties out there that you must overcome. Now, analysis now comes in. You match, those are the strengths, those are the opportunities, and at their intersection. You ask, how to use my strengths to take maximum advantage of opportunities? Yes, I have those strengths. There are those opportunities. How can I utilize my strengths to tap the opportunities to the maximum? Look at the weaknesses. There are those weaknesses, but there are also those opportunities. Now, you ask yourself, how can I eliminate my weaknesses to be able to take advantage of the opportunities? Now, those are the analysis. Those will be the strategies now. Calm down. We have the strengths and we have the threats. We are asking at the intersection there, how can I use my strengths to cope with the threats? Mind you, the threats are out there. You have no control, but you can use your strengths to make sure you are coping with them. And finally, we have the weaknesses and we have the threats. So we're now saying, how can I eliminate my weaknesses and avoid the threats? And there it is. Now you can see, this is SWOT analysis. So you go beyond just listing. Yes, we can list them here, strengths. We can list them here, weaknesses. You can come and list them here, opportunities, and threats here. But without matching, without looking at the intersections of, you have done no analysis. The analysis now becomes dissecting the strengths, matching them with the either opportunities or threats, and generating the strategies that will help you move forward, taking advantage of the opportunities, maximizing the use of strengths, reducing, eliminating, minimizing weaknesses, and coping with the threats. That's the meaning of SWOT analysis, to help us generate those strategies. Now, let me have some example. This is a theoretical example. Internal conditions, when I'm saying SWOT analysis example, external conditions. In matters poultry farming, because you are my trainees in poultry, maybe you have commitment. Yes, you are very committed. I know some of you students, from your comments and contributions on WhatsApp, I've seen the commitment that you have. So that is a positive. If you are really committed, that's a strength. If you are well networked, like we have had some trainees here, links to ICIPE, links to chaffer and all that. If you are networked, that's a strength. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of this training, we should also form our networks so that we keep that as a strength. Maybe you have an educated family. Yes, somebody had a daughter graduating with the first class honors when you were having this training. That daughter of yours is a strength. Now come to weaknesses. Lack of experience. Yeah, there are some people who have been saying they don't have experience. That is a weakness. And you see, experience depends on you. Maybe you have never taken an interest. Maybe you have never just walked around. So it's not that it is beyond you. It's a weakness. It's internal. Poor finances. Yes, tricky. It might be a weakness or a threat, but some of us have poor finances because we're poor in the mind and not materially. Some of us have poor family relations, such that when we start a business, the family is not even coming in to help. Now, that's a weakness. And all these weaknesses can be corrected and they need to be corrected. Let's come opportunities. Yes, in matters poultry, there's high demand of white meat, for example. The demand out there does not depend on you. It's there. Just utilize it. There are banks. Let's say if you don't have finances, they could be, could finance you. There's the good value chain of poultry already. That's an opportunity. You don't have to start your own chicks. You may just want to, benefit from people who are already rearing chicks. Then there are threats. Yes, diseases, bird flu. There is high taxation in Kenya. Kenya is among the most highly taxed countries. And indeed, that's why we find that people from Uganda bring here their chicken, their eggs, and they push us out of business because our feeds are very, very expensive because of the taxation. The tax regime of Kenya is rather punitive. Then stiff competition. If there's stiff competition, then that is also a threat. So now, let's try to generate strategies now, using our strengths and opportunities. And let's see. For example, look at strength number 2, if you are well networked. And opportunity number 3, good value chain. Then you start an activity to implement. Use your networks to exploit the value chain opportunities. We have already seen value chain opportunities in this training. If you are networked, then, use your networks to exploit value chain opportunities. That's why I still insist that if we can make our networks out of this training, they might be helpful. And I'm calling this maxi. Max mean you use your strengths to the maximum to tap the opportunities to the maximum. So let's go on now. We have what I'm calling mini-maxi. In other words, let us minimize the weaknesses so that we take maximum advantage opportunities. Now look at weakness number 2, poor finances, and opportunity number 2, banks. So we are saying, use strength number 2, which is you're well networked, to get collateral for a bank loan. You see, that's now a strategy. Let's come to maxi-mini, meaning we want to use our strength to the maximum to minimize the threats. Now look at strength number 3, educated family, and threat number 1, bird flu. Again, use your educated family to research on bird flu. Yes, like that girl who is just first-class honors, even if she's going to have her job somewhere employed, if you have good relations, she can get out of her way to do internet and assist. And finally, it's what we call mini. We want to minimize both the weaknesses and the threats. Now look at weakness number 1, lack of experience. Threat number 3, stiff competition. Then we're saying, explore possibility of merging. Yes, we have had companies in this country, merging, Price Waterhouse, SmithKline and all that. They were big companies, but after doing their SWOT analysis, they decided to merge so that they become even stronger. So there you are. You can now see the SWOT analysis. It goes beyond just listing the strengths, the weakness, and all. The analysis goes beyond listing, and we start merging, intersections, dissecting, and generating strategies that will eliminate the weaknesses, cope with the threats, grab the opportunities using our strength. So this is an example of SWOT analysis. Now your assignment. Let each one do a personal SWOT analysis, which he or she should post on this wall and be able to present it or simply talk about it in the session. I will call students at random to present their SWOT analysis as we discuss them. If we do not cover everyone, I will make comments on their SWOT even after the training. So, in our next lecture, we draw up our action plans. This will be the last lecture. You draw your action plan, what you're going actually to implement back at home. Thank you.